Hey, this is Allie Edwards, and today I want to talk a little bit about the starting page for my 2017 Project Life album. I'm just starting to work on my title page here, and I have kind of a few products and photos that I've pulled out. For me this year, this is going to be, the first year where I'm looking at it from kind of a bigger blended family situation. And so the way that I have done it in the past, where I had, a photo of me, a photo of Simon, a photo of Anna, or a photo of Chris previously, that's not going to work anymore. So what I decided to do was I pulled out a couple of photos from December that had all of the kids together in them, and this one that was our Christmas card. And then I printed one that was just Aaron and I, and then one with my word. So I think what I'm going to do is have those 4 pictures, and then I'm figuring out what other things I want to add in. And I've pulled out some cards from Studio Calico kit. I think this is last month. And then a couple things from the Week in the Life kit, which we still have some of those available if you like some of these products. That includes these rubber banners that I'm thinking of going in there, but I want them to be on some sort of a pattern background, and I was considering this is a pattern from the Project Life core kit that I was using last year, and I'll link that below. It just has a really simple white with black plus signs on it. So I'm thinking maybe that would go behind there with this on top, and then potentially some other card on the other side. I like the Make More Magic with the gold foil. I also like, this is a quote from Goethe that was included in a package of gold foil quotes that I sold for One Little Word. Those are sold out, but we do have a digital version of that available if you wanted to use some of the quotes from that. There's also, I'm thinking of adding these. This is a circle from the Week in the Life kit. I may add this on here, add a couple circles or something. Those are kind of the things that I'm still looking at. I'd pulled out a few other cards too. I have a Celebrate card set that's available. This says New Year, but I think I'm not going to use this one unless I was going to put that in there, and I may end up doing that. I don't know. There's so many different options or things that you can do as you're putting this together. Here's one that says Celebrate Together. That might also be a fitting one, and then I can get 2017 added on there in some way or another. That's the main thing, is I want to add potentially names and ages maybe on a card over here. That could be what I could type on there. Names, ages, and the date for starting this one out. I also, a couple other things. This was a card again from the Week in the Life kit. And I printed out some. I have a new New Year's set of cards that I printed out that I considered as well, with the yellow stripes there, or there's one that says Let the Adventure Begin. This needs to be trimmed out, obviously, and one that says New Year, Bring It On. So a few things anyway. I could add information on here. I'm just kind of thinking through what I really want this to be. What do I really want to have on here? And so I'm kind of going through that process, but I wanted to show you before I got very far kind of where I was at, and then I will show you how I end up as well. All right, so after going through my stash of stuff here, I was able to make some decisions, and I am gonna go ahead. Actually, no, let's look at that. I hadn't considered that one. I think I like the Celebrate Together. I can use these as title cards throughout my album, like as the week title cards. I don't have any plans to really change up my strategy related to Project Life this year. I didn't finish all the weeks last year. I did a decent job. I'll try to do a video of that and kind of show you where I'm at. I feel comfortable with going back, adding things in over time, like not feeling like, oh my God, I have to have it all done in order to move forward. So I'm okay with that, and I will continue to just work on filling in the holes that I have in 2016, just like I've kind of done for 2015 and 2014 too. I still love the format in general. I love being able to have a home for specifically for the shorter everyday kinds of stories and for the photos, you know, more specifically for the photos too, just the ones that I wouldn't necessarily, you know, make a big, huge, or, you know, make a traditional layout for. So that's my plan, which is kind of not a plan. You know, I'm not making any big changes. I'm not committing to, you know, doing it different in some way. I'm just going to kind of stay the course and see how it goes. And part of that for me is just, you know, life changes around here. What does it look like for me to be staying the course, and how do I start incorporating you know, a few more stories of Aaron's Kids too, remembering that for me, this is an album. When I think about this album, I still think of it as mine. Like I'm not making it for my kids. Like, I'm not saying this is what I'm going to give you later on. You know, somebody may be interested in it down the road, but I'm not making, you know, one for Simon and one for Anna and now, you know, one for the 3 other kids either. I'm just going to do what I want to do and have that be, you know, the kinds of stories that I want to put in here, which it again is more my life and then the ways that they are, you know, a piece of my life as well. I am planning to at some point this year start a 6x8 album, so a smaller album for each of the kids that I can do specific stories for each one of them within those albums that are, you know, celebrating them, doing something specific for each one of them. All right, so you've been seeing me add a few products here and there. One of the things I want to talk about, this Life is Full of Adventure card is from the Week in the Life kit, which there are some of those available, I checked. And I got a new toy, which is the We Are Memory Keepers typewriter. And so I'll talk more about that probably in another video. But here I just added 2017, so definitely kind of that imperfect style of typewriting. So far it seems to work okay, but like I said, I'll give a more thorough review of that after I've had a chance to use it a little bit more. These are from a old Studio Calico kit that are cork banner flags. Over here, this is that card that I was talking about in the beginning. This cork piece is from Freckled Fawn, and I will link to that as well in the blog post. And then here I'm just putting the everyday one with the gold on it is from a past Studio Calico kit. And then this one, that chipboard piece that says stories, is from a past story kit, as well as the Begin Again one as well. So I'm just gonna add this right on top here, and then we'll adhere that onto the whole piece. And I kind of don't mind if it's off a little bit. I'm actually thinking about stapling it. Let's see, I want to adhere it to this background pattern paper though. Looks like I probably need to put it on the back of the card there, and then I'm just gonna adhere that down in the middle. And I'm gonna use my tiny attacher just to get a little extra something on there. A little more texture there. And I think I'm gonna call this good. One thing I didn't add on here that I was talking about doing was, I often put last names on there, but maybe I'll skip that this time. We kind of know who we are. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's good. I think I like nice, simple beginning. I made sure I had the date on there. That was kind of the main thing. I thought again about adding ages and that kind of thing, but I think we're okay without that. And I could always do some sort of flip up something. But one of my goals, I think, with this project, like I said, I want to just kind of continue doing it the way that I have been doing in the past, but is to allow it to be simple, and simple in, you know, in the form of using the filler cards. This, you can see, is this is the first week that I'm going to be using in the new Numbers story kit, and so those of you guys that subscribe to that will see that as well. But that's basically it. That's how I'm going to start off with Project Life this year. Again, keeping it simple. still feeling motivated, just wanted to continue to find ways that work for me to keep up in a way that makes sense for my lifestyle as well. So if you have additional questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comments.